1 minute. That's all it took for everything to change. One announcement, one jersey number, one quiet decision that, on paper, seemed small, but inside the league, it felt seismic. When Caitlin Clark was assigned 22 for Team USA, most fans saw nostalgia, a nod to legacy, a marketing-friendly move. But inside WNBA circles, this wasn't just a number. It was positioning, because in sports, symbolism is never accidental. When that number appeared next to her name, it signaled that something far bigger was unfolding behind the scenes. For months, Clark had faced pressure like no rookie before her. Every game was analyzed, every stat scrutinized, every endorsement dissected. Record-breaking viewership, sold-out arenas, sponsorship deals. She had created momentum that forced executives to rethink strategy mid-season. And yet, whispers of criticism and injustice never stopped. Too much hype, too much coverage, too much spotlight. Then the tide shifted. Sophie Cunningham spoke out. Lexi Hull followed. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about Clark. It was about treatment, perception, and the league's struggle to keep up with the gravity she created. When teammates publicly defend you without prompting, it speaks volumes.
Feels major personal change. All right, here it says, the Indiana Fever have been on a great run the past 2 seasons. In 2024, they finished with a 20-20 record. Their first 500 finish since 2016. That's Caitlin Clark coming in there and changing the culture like that. Just like that. Here it says, not only that, but they also won the WNBA Commissioner Cup. Last year, 24-20. They won a Commissioner Cup. Since she arrived in Indiana, Cunningham has been dubbed as the Fever's enforcer, and that is well-deserved because when the Connecticut Goon...
Not chaos, not rebellion. Acknowledgement. Acknowledgement that what was happening around Caitlin Clark was anything but normal. Owners watched ratings spike in markets dormant for years. Sponsors recalculated projections. National media outlets dedicated full segments to WNBA storylines that had previously gone largely unnoticed. Yet tension lingered, because growth always disrupts comfort. When the Team USA coach officially announced her jersey, it wasn't framed as controversy. It was routine, but fans immediately felt the weight of symbolism. 22 isn't just a number. It's branding, legacy alignment, identity. And when subtle changes began appearing in promotional materials, alternate numbers, lineup adjustments, narrative recalibrations, speculation erupted. Was it marketing strategy? Internal politics? Ego management? No one spoke publicly, but the questions never stopped. Meanwhile, Angel Reese found herself in an entirely different conversation, not for her performance, but because of constant comparison.
The WNBA owners have taken some of your advice, as it looks like some WNBA players are going to be getting less. And we got the Angel Reese ratings debacle. This just gave them even more power, and you didn't even know it. You didn't know it. This $500 million car, you didn't know it. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. That would be greatly appreciated. Man, I am in tears. This is hilarious. It's hilarious because all of y'all in the chat, the Vision Gang, y'all was right the whole time. I was missing it. I was seeing some of y'all comments, and I was like, I feel like y'all just being mean. But y'all was being right.
In modern sports, comparison is currency. Social feeds thrive on it. Debate shows monetize it. Algorithms amplify it. When arena shots from certain games began circulating online, some packed, some noticeably thinner, context vanished. What remained was optics. And optics can be brutal. They ignore scheduling. They ignore opponent strength. They ignore market timing. They just circulate, and once they do, perception forms. Reebok didn't vanish. Angel Reese didn't vanish. But the online narrative grew louder than the nuance. Then Sophie Cunningham did something unexpected. She didn't fuel drama. She publicly normalized support, confidently. Lexi Hull echoed her tone, and suddenly what had been framed as division began to look like alignment, not against the league, but around Clark. That matters, because when players unify around a teammate under intense scrutiny, it sends a clear signal to ownership and media alike. This isn't just hype, it's evolution. Behind closed doors, ownership wasn't panicking, but they were recalculating. The 2026 season was already projected as pivotal, with new broadcast deals, revenue share talks, and brand renewals. Clark's rapid rise accelerated the timeline. What was expected to mature slowly began moving fast, and acceleration forces response. Negotiations between owners and the Players Association didn't happen in a vacuum. They unfolded against rising ratings and shifting sponsorship conversations. Growth raises expectations. Players demand more. Owners want sustainability. Networks want consistency. And at the center of it all stands the league's most visible name, Caitlin Clark. Clark didn't ask to become symbolic, but symbolism found her. When Sophie and Lexi spoke publicly about team chemistry and focus, their words weren't explosive, but in context, they were a statement. A quiet pushback against the narrative that Clark's presence fractured unity. If anything, it suggested the opposite. Meanwhile, fans noticed something else. Everything Clark touched felt louder. Not just cheering, debate, critique, or expectation, every move was magnified. That kind of spotlight can either crush careers or redefine eras.
I'm going to be in better shape to run up and down nonstop with Caitlin Clark. This is great news for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. And we also have news on Lexi Hall. 1 Lexi, 2 Lexi, 3 Lexi, 4, 5. Is 6 Lexi Halls out there on that floor at all times. She's everywhere. She's everywhere. I know. I'm going to tell you this. Sidebar, Stephanie White. Lexi Hall better be a starter this year. She better be a starter this year. Don't try what you pulled last year, starting Dewana Bonners and all these other people. No, Lexi Hall needs to be a starter on this team this year. Don't play games. Don't play games. Courtesy of Yahoo Sports, Indiana Fever's Lexi Hall makes announcement after launching own brand. Lexi Hall enters the 2026 WNBA offseason as a free agent after completing her 4th season with the Indiana Fever. The former 6th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft has carved out a strong role with the Fever and was one of the most important pieces in Indiana's run to the WNBA semifinals last season. Hall played in every game, providing stability as the Fever were hit with multiple season-ending injuries to key stars, including Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. Here it says, Hall averaged 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1.8 assists, continued her steady development as a two-way contributor. Her durability and defensive presence helped anchor a roster that was forced to shuffle rotations for much of the year. Okay, here it says, during the offseason, Hall has also been building her off-court